Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for tuning in. It's nice to have you there. I've got a bit of a special one today. It's a subscription box, a new one. Yay! Upcrate, Upcrate, Upcrate. Yay! So this is my Upcrate box, and I've already opened it, I'm not even going to lie. I was too excited. I've only just been able to get it open 2 days after receiving it, well, to play with it. And what I did was, there was a Kickstarter, not a Kickstarter, was it Kickstarter? I think it was Kickstarter, but I think there's a little message in here saying something about which platform it was. But there was a Kickstarter about a new art subscription box, and I thought, why not go for it? So that was obviously my menu. Oh, excuse me, I'm a little bit laid up at the moment. It is autumn and I always have a cold at this time of year, so you'll have to excuse me. And if this video is a little bit choppy, it's probably because the puppy's calling to me to take him out, but he should be alright, I have taken him out. And if you can't hear this, it's because I've done a voiceover, so it's all good. Anyway, before we go in there, I did get a bonus item for promoting them and sharing them out on Instagram, which I thought was really nice, and it is a 0.7 mechanical pencil by a company called, can't pronounce it, but you should be able to see it on there. And we have a novelty eraser, and I like a novelty eraser, and this reminds me a little bit of a Foxy's party ring, which is great. We have a postcard, which is really nice. I like getting these bits and bobs. We have a sticker, I think it's a post-it note, which is nice. My promotional code, but I've already done it, so you won't be able to do that, but it was on Kickstarter, and that's a nice little something that comes with it. We have the prompt, which we'll come to in a second. Stickers, which these just make me very happy. Look at them, aren't they nice? And the featured artist, which is great, is called Ludwig. I hope I'm saying that right. And we have social media down in the corner there. And she is a German-based artist who focuses on illustrations in digital and traditional media. Nice, really like the style on this. Anyway, let's move on. I shall pop these to one side and let's have a look at the loot we get in this crate. Really like how nicely that's been packaged as well. I must admit, like I say, I have already opened it, but there's pencils in here and they seem fine. Everything's arrived in nice condition, and purple, nice. So goodies, I'll tell you what, we'll do it this way and move them all out of the way. So, a Mars plastic eraser. I must admit, these are pretty good. These are a good all-rounder. I have got a couple of these already, but I must admit, I can never have too many. I probably won't open this one for what I'm going to use it for. I'll use a pre-existing one because I don't want this to get dirty, and it means I've got a cleaner one for later on. We have the Daddy of Sharpeners. Now, I do own one of these, or I did, and I took it to life drawing, and I haven't seen it since, so it might have fallen out of my bag in my car somewhere, but hey, I've got two now. But these are really good sharpeners. You get a really good point on these, and not very many broken leads. We have a Koi Ano Heart Moth Toysundu. I'm probably butchering how I'm saying that, but this is a nice HB pencil. It's pretty good, it's pretty standard. A Aquarelle Koyano, I can't pronounce it right, but this is, I imagine, a water-based graphite pencil, and that is in What is it in? 4B, nice. Got another pencil, it's a Faber-Castell 2B, very nice, I like Faber-Castell. Faber-Castell, sorry, I'm going to say it's an accent thing. We have a teeny tiny pony hair paintbrush. Must admit, I don't normally use paintbrushes this size, but as we've got one, let's give it a try. We also have a good old aqua brush, and I know a lot of people are very hit and miss about these things. I don't mind them, they're not my preferred brush, but that's not to say I don't know how to use them. I do. I use them when I go urban sketching, and again I use them for live drawing, and I have used them for other projects, so it is always good to have one of these. Now it is time for the pens. Oh, that's just so nice. So we have two different types here. We have these Graphmaster aquarelle brushes. Now I haven't actually opened or swatched any of these, I've just sort of been looking at them in the box thinking, oh, I wish I could play with these. But Graphmaster, not heard of this brand before. I can imagine they're probably a little bit like the Tombow ones. They seem like quite a nice sturdy barrel, so that's always good. It's not cheap horrible plastic, and these are quite nice. And then we have these bad boys, and these are, they're a little bit like the Arteza watercolour brush pens, if that makes any sense. So it's not a watercolour brush pen, it's a watercolour brush pen, if that makes any sense. But the ink is already inside it, and the nib, if we can open this up, it's like a Posca, that should be like a brush. So put that to one side. Oh, that's the first one I've opened. I can't tell you how much I've wanted to open this box, but I've just been so busy with these royal chestnuts. That's the dog, by the way. So I'll pop these to one side. We have also got, oh, nice. We've also got some really nice mixed media paper. Let me just check what it says on the menu, what flavour paper this is. It does feel really nice and sturdy. So it's Reflex mixed media paper. Multifaceted grainy art paper suitable for a large variety of wet and dry techniques, smooth enough to make sketching with a pencil convenient and rough enough to apply water for watercolour drawings. Paper has a thickness of 300 GSM, and this German mill manufactures paper for fine art for more than 160 years. You can find the paper sold as Reflex, I can't pronounce that brand. So yes, this is nice paper, and it is textured on one side, but on the other it is quite smooth, so I aren't going to rule out using that side either. So these are the Upcrate toys. Now I'm probably going to voice over for the drawing. I am just trying something new here, so you will have to bear with me, and this might be a bit longer than normal video wise, but I'm going to try something new. Okay, so please bear with me. Oh, and the challenge is not that. Where have I put it now? Oh, the challenge is Art of the Sea, so I can feel a mermaid coming on. So what I'm going to do is quickly sketch out my mermaid, and then I'll work on it a bit more with what I have here. So the first items are the pencils, and they do what they do, and the water soluble one activates quite easily. The pens I'm about to use are the Graphmaster Aquarelle brush, and the colour payout's really nice vibrant colours, and they activate quite quickly, and you do get that ghosting underneath from where you originally applied the ink, but that's what you get for using watercolour pens, and it's the same with watercolour pencils too, and they are their own media. If you want to use watercolours, use watercolours. The other pens I'm using are the MGA Clean Colour Soft Brush, and again they activated quite well, not as good as the Graphmaster, but they are quite nice, and I do like the array of colours we've got there. I think maybe a green would have been nice, but I reckon they're pretty easy to mix. So obviously I'm drawing a mermaid. I had sketched one out in a sketch pad and traced it through onto this gorgeous Reflex paper that came in the box, And first of all, I've applied a skin tone, and I think that works quite nicely. And I've just applied it in a few areas and activated it with a brush, with the small pony hair brush. Now, you do tend to find larger areas for watercolour pens. It is a bit tricky to get a consistent thing, and yes, I'm quite aware of that, which is why I decided to break the background down with a circle, so the blue doesn't look quite as streaky, but I don't want it to look 100% pristine either. Now, I noticed whilst applying the colours how nicely they blended, and they worked as a really nice base layer to work on further details, as you can see there. For the Ocean Wave, I used the Graph Master brushes because they seemed a lot juicier and I got a bit more control over the larger areas. And I did manage to achieve a nice green colour by combining the indigo colour, which was the MGA, with the yellow, and it did get a really nice vibrant green. And I really wanted a bit of a rainbowy splash at the end of the wave. I think that works quite nicely. To add the black, I used the water-soluble graphite pencil because that was the only black we got, and that worked out quite nicely as well. And I did crack and use the eraser in the end, and I used it to erase some fish shapes. As you can see on the video, using that pencil just adds that black tone in there that I wanted, and that just means I get to use all of the materials. And you can see it erased quite nicely once it had been activated with the water. So I think I might explore water soluble graphite pencils a bit more in future works. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me attempt that, because that's quite a new thing for me. I also wanted to add multicoloured fish into the waves, just so it adds a bit more colour in there. I really wanted this picture to be nice and vibrant. And I also found that the brush pens, the ones with the actual bristles, they were really nice to create texture on the mermaid's body as well, because I didn't want her to be nudie, but I did want her to have some movement in her. So we've gone scales all the way up to the chest. So as I mentioned earlier, this was a Kickstarter campaign originally, and it just caught my eye on social media. I'm not sponsored or anything by this, I just love a good subscription box, and it's really nice to be able to share it with you, and I'm dead chuffed I've managed to get the first one. I think it's great. And I'm quite impressed with the first box. I really do hope the future boxes sort of keep up this good standard. Like I say, I've got some experience using the materials they've got, but it's quite nice to try out other brands as well. Now, for the mermaid, we didn't get a black liner pen, and I overcame this by using the 4B pencil that came with it, and I think that worked quite well actually. And okay, the problem, there wasn't a liner pen, but I overcame it by using a pencil, which isn't something I'd normally do. And I'm really happy with the materials. It's a nice little box, and I have subscribed, and next month I'll have another one. Let me know if you've tried the Upcrate boxes, that would be great, and pop it in the comments. Let me know what your experiences were as well. It's been really refreshing to try a different art subscription box. I know there are many more out there, and I know there's quite a few based in the US. However, it's a right pain getting them over to the UK. It costs quite a lot of money, and I can't do it. I'm a broke artist. I can't subscribe to them all, especially if I have to pay extra. So maybe in the future I might take a gamble on one. However, it is nice to have this additional one, and it's only across the channel from Europe and Germany, so not a problem getting it over here. Just want to say thank you so much for joining me on this little Upcrate journey, and I can't wait to put another one out there. I really can't. I've really been pleased. All communication with them during the campaign's been great as well. Any questions I've had, they've been really quick and really good to respond. So I just want to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and keep an eye out for more unboxings. And I'll see you soon. Bye!